That's all I have in store for you now, folks. But think about how can we make sure your business model is all filled out and identify what are the riskiest aspects here and what can we do to mitigate these risks. Because the jury tomorrow is going to care about low risk, high return, high impact. Right? And anything you can do to de-risk it is going to come across like you've done your homework, you've tested it well, you really care about this, you're very professional. So let me know if I can be helpful in any way. Thanks so much for joining me for this little workshop here, and happy to engage in any discussion. Thank you, guys.
weet niet van Kampel.
Ja, maar dat is dan airco en kakkel tegelijkertijd.
Ja, maar de airco staat niet standaard aan. Die kunnen we eruit doen. Ik denk dat ze dan ja. Ik ga het even aan mijn collega vragen. Ik ben zo terug. Ja?
Hello and welcome again. We're back with some new colleagues of yours from the TalentOn to do some interviews. With me right now is Angel. Angel, can you introduce yourself?
Well, thank you very much. I'm Angel. I'm coming from Spain, from the northwest, a small place called Vigo. And I'm doing a PhD at TU Delft here in the Netherlands, but located in Leeuwarden, Friesland.
In Friesland?
Yeah.
So how is that working? What is your PhD about?
So we are working with bacteria.
Yeah.
And try to use bacteria to consume waste and produce a biodegradable plastic that is called polyhydroxyalkanoate. So bacteria accumulate fat.
And so how is this going to help you in your mission arena of climate neutral and smart cities?
Well, that topic specifically is not really helping because the topic is a bit different. So we are trying to focus more on electronic waste.
Yeah.
But we are all interested in waste and waste management within the city. So we are trying to go in that direction, and I hope at least my background helps a bit there.
Yeah. And so is there very different backgrounds in your team?
Well, we are two more biological engineer sciences. Then we have other two physicists. So I would say it's a bit of a mix and quite different, but I think we found some common ground, which I think is nice.
Very nice. And did you get any sleep?
What do you mean by sleep?
Well, it seems like it's a very busy, full-on program with the TalentOn. So did you get any rest last night?
Oh yes. So we discussed some expectations at the beginning in terms of how much we want to work and how much fun we want to have.
Nice.
I think we find a nice balance.
Oh, that's very good that you managed to get together with the team. So what do you do to relax? Do you have any hobbies?
Well, I like mainly sports, all kind of sports watching and doing. So for the last years I've been doing a bit more of rock climbing, which I think is getting a bit trendy now. But for instance, I was 3 weeks now climbing in Spain for holidays.
That makes sense because the Netherlands is quite flat, so the rock climbing is not the best hobby for the Netherlands.
Yeah, but I actually started rock climbing in the Netherlands, so it's a nice fun there.
Well, that's fun. Are you guys already ready for your 1-minute pitch tonight?
Not at all. So we got the problem, we got an idea, but we're still going a bit around. So we're not sure if the idea really fits with the problem and the problem fits with the idea. So we may be coming again with this endless loop of optimization, but we will see. We will come up with something.
You will not be the only one struggling in that way.
Definitely.
So best of luck and thank you very much, Angel, for your time.
Thank you.
And we have another colleague, Fang. Please come and join me.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Keep your microphone up, then we'll all be good. So, can you introduce yourself?
Hello everyone. My name is Fang Yuan. You can call me Fang. I come from Bilbao, Spain. Yeah. I'm a chemical engineer. Now I'm carrying out my thesis in basic material.
In basic material?
Yes. And research center in Bilbao.
In Bilbao. And what is the specific topic of your PhD?
Yes. Actually, I work on emerging pollutants degradation through photocatalysis, and the type of pollutants that I focus on is pharmaceutical. Recently, it has attracted a lot of attention due to its negative effect not only to the aquatic organism but also for human beings. But they are very resilient and cannot be removed efficiently through our conventional treatment plants. So I carried out or I developed a new material more efficiently and reusable for their removal.
Very nice. And
yes.
How can you use this knowledge that you already have to the mission arena that you are in on oceans? Yeah.
Yes.
So are you going to use all your ideas from your PhD for the mission arena, or does your team have other ideas?
Actually, the idea is we will talk with another type of the pollutants, but I bring all my idea to the group to show them all my experience, not only for the remove of the pollutants. So before remove, the detection is more important. So now we carrying out in this area this type in order to make some project.
Very nice.
Yes.
And are you excited about doing the pitch after this evening?
Yes, maybe we will do. One of our team.
One of your team.
Yes.
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 And have you been able to see anything of the city of Leiden yet?
Actually, I have no idea. I have no time.
No time.
Yes, I took part in the disco tours first night, but I don't have time. A lot of work.
No, it's a lot of work. Well, good luck to you and to your team.
Thank you very much.
And we'd love to see what the results will be.
Okay, thank you very much.
So
see you.
Thank you. We will be back with some more interviews later.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. So I have 3 more interviews to do right now, so we'll get started. First, we have Marco. Marco, welcome.
Hey.
Thank you for joining me here this morning. So you are working on the action, or the mission, the climate neutral and smart cities.
Yep.
And can you give us a little bit of an introduction into yourself, who you are, what you do?
Yep, so I'm a polymer chemist by formation. I'm doing a PhD right now in 3D printing of CO2-based polymers, so very cutting-edge technology, trying to make polymers CO2 negative or neutral, trying to make them recyclable and 3D printable. And it's a joint PhD between Belgium and Spain.
Okay, great.
Yep.
Do you get to travel between both?
I have to travel a lot.
Yeah. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Both, I would
Both,
say.
of course, yeah. And I know that you used to do a bit of activism within food waste. Could you tell me a little bit more about that?
Yeah, it was a student network. We were just students with bikes recovering food waste from supermarkets. We were going around with our cargo bikes, just like interviewing supermarkets, asking them if they wanted to participate. We managed to save hundreds of kilos of food, and we were sharing it between all the students. That was kind of a nice action. It was very grassroots. Very nice.
Great. And so you would bring you would take the food and then bring it to the students, and that's
we had hubs during this in the city. Well, during COVID, it was more difficult, obviously, so it was a bit more closed bubbles.
Yeah.
But we survived. We managed to survive. Actually, Food Saving Leiden is still active right now.
Wow! Oh, really? Oh, that's brilliant. And how did it actually get started? Where did the idea come from?
It came from a woman called Bianca. She just founded it, and then it was a bit struggling. And then a bit of an energy came on 2019, I think.
Okay.
A big wave of students. We use this platform called Carrot Word. It's an open platform from Germany for food saving. So actually a lot of groups around the world are using this platform to manage their groups. It's incentivizing groups to gather and join in this movement. It's very nice.
Yeah, brilliant, brilliant. And I'd like to focus a little bit more on you. What kind of hobbies do you do? What do you like to do?
So I am in love with mountains. I like to walk a lot. I do high distance walking.
Okay.
So every country I visit, I more or less just traverse it by foot and see what's there.
Yeah. Well, it's great because you really get to be then within the nature, right?
You really discover how the country is.
Yeah.
Really don't only look at the cities, look at also the rural areas, the people there. You really get to know it.
Yeah, great. And finally, are you enjoying yourself so far at the EU TalentOn?
Yeah, pretty intense, but survivable, I would say.
Yes, exactly.
Enjoyable.
Great, good to hear. Well, thank you very much for having a quick chat with me, and best of luck for the next day or two.
The same.
Thank you. So next we have Leo.
Yep.
So can come on in.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Hello, you too. Thank you for joining me.
Of course, thanks for having me.
So you are in the mission of cancer.
Yes.
Exactly. So could you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. So I'm a biochemist by training. I'm currently doing my master's, but I come from a very lab-based background. But now in recent times, I've also focused a lot of data-driven solutions. So, AI, machine learning, deep learning is also very recently becoming very important in clinical research. But that's also only a trend that has been going on for the last 4 or 5 years. So it's really going at the forefront of new research, new developments.
Okay, great. So you're involved then with cancer work, and so...
Yes, so since I'm still in my master's, I'm doing internships, lab rotations, and at the moment I'm doing one for cancer research.
Okay.
Focusing on a very specific topic, of course, as basic research usually does, but it's basically using data-driven and high-throughput solutions to answer questions about cancer, disease development, and also the role of different mutations.
Yeah, of course, great. And so I think that's probably kind of answered my next question, because I wanted to see what kind of exciting innovations were kind of happening within cancer research. It seems like that what you're doing or what you're involved in is very much up there with innovative.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So I would currently see like 2 main things that are like big things in general, like medical research.
Yeah.
So first of all, we have all these things, like CRISPR-Cas, genome editing, which are basically still at the moment in basic research phases, but now are slowly coming to market. And I think that is going to be a very big field. So these novel wet lab-based technologies, but then also data-driven solutions are going to be very important in the future.
Yes. And looking at then the other mission areas, is there any area that you're really interested in as well and think is very important to focus on?
Definitely. I think, all of them, of course, are important.
Yes.
Because otherwise we wouldn't be here, right?
True.
But specifically the smart cities one, I think is very important because, they also very much look at connecting data, connecting people, connecting information to help people live a better life. And I think that, medicine is not that far off from this area. It's more like a sub thing rather than something different. So there's definitely many similarities there.
Yeah, definitely. And definitely involves communities, it involves people.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, 100%. And finally, how are you enjoying it? How was your first day?
It's great. I think calling it intense is a very good thing to say.
A common theme, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But no, it's a lot of fun.
Brilliant.
Yeah, it's great.
Oh, well, I'm glad to hear. Well, thank you very much for chatting with me.
Thank you.
And good luck for the rest of the day.
Thank you.
And lastly, I have Natalia. Hello, Natalia.
Hello.
Thank you for waiting for a little while.
It's okay, perfect to wait.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great. We are working as a team, and it has been like a long journey.
Yes. And first of all, so you're working on the mission of smart and carbon neutral cities?
Yes, smart cities.
So how's it going? And also, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, who you are and what you do?
Okay, first go on
with you could do the mission, and then we'll learn a little bit
about the mission. We formed the teams before the TalentOn. So we were having a few meetings before the event.
Yeah.
So we are more like aligned. The first day that we were here, we knew a bit more about us and about our interests. So it was better. Yeah. It was easy to manage the group. What are we going to work with?
Yeah. Great. And then
and
so
about
a little bit about yourself. Yeah.
Okay. I have a degree, like a bachelor's degree on environmental engineering.
Okay.
And I'm from Colombia, so I worked 2 years before starting my master's.
Yeah.
So I'm doing a master's on circular economy. It's an Erasmus Mundus joint master.
Great.
So I had the first year in Sweden, and now I just moved to Graz for the second year.
Okay, brilliant.
Yeah.
Nice, wonderful. And circular economy, can you tell me why you're interested in this per se?
Okay, circular economy. Why circular economy? I think it's necessary to have a transition. We are having an economy that is linear right now, and I think we are not going in the right way. We need to make a change and turn our processes into like circular processes to be able to manage like the amount of resources we are using and the resources that the planet is capable to give to us.
Yes, of course. It makes perfect sense. And how are you then bringing this, are you intertwining this idea into your current project or?
Yes, finally we are. We are working with industrial symbiosis.
Okay.
So we are trying to connect industries and their waste, if we can call it waste, but their resources at the end.
Yes.
And because we found that there is a lack of connection among industries, and there might be industries who will be able to use the other industries' waste. So it's interesting how to connect industries, and we are focusing on our organic waste. That it's sometimes is just a waste that is left behind because it's not that valuable, not easy to manage.
Yeah. Oh, great. Well, I'm excited to see how it goes and your final pitch as well. Yeah. So looking forward to it. And that's all my questions. Best of luck.
Okay.
Thank you so much for having a chat with me. And we'll be having some more interviews soon. So stay tuned. Hi, everybody. I hope your day is still going well and you're working together and everything is all okay. I have another interviewee with me. I have Sarah. Sarah, welcome. Thank you for doing this with me. So first, could you introduce yourself, please?
Nice to meet you. I'm Sara, I'm from Italy and I'm an environmental engineer. I'm actually working for an international construction company in Italy and yeah, I have to support and help construction construction sites to improve environmental actions and to prevent pollution for the environment in which we live. And in the meantime, I'm also a PhD researcher, so I have a project about land consumption monitoring. And yes, I use remote sensing to monitor the soil and the action we are doing in the soil.
Brilliant. And so the mission you are working on is the soil mission, yes. And why did you decide to do the EU TalentOn?
Yeah, I came across this initiative reading some in my university news, and yeah, I found this initiative very interesting because it's something different, it's something interdisciplinary, so you can join with other people's skills, and yes, so I was really excited to be here today, and yes, I think that's all. I think join different skills. It's very useful to do something big.
Yes, I agree. And how is it going? How was your first day?
Yeah, I met my team and it's very nice team. We are getting better and better together. I think our project is quite interesting and it's looking big, I think.
Great, that's what we want.
Yeah, so yeah, it's getting better and better, and let's hope we are participating to win.
Fingers crossed. And finally, just a little bit about you. I know that you like to travel, so I wanted to ask, what is your favorite place that you visited?
Yeah, I went around all about Europe, and so yes, I like very much Europe. But I want just say a fun fact about my last travel in Indonesia. Yeah, I really like Europe, but I was really impressed by Indonesian culture because there they don't have anything and they are very happy, while we have a lot of things and we are not so happy, or we try to have always something more. So yeah, I wanted just to share this with you, and yeah, I think that's all.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you for interviewing me.
And so yeah, I wish you the best of luck today, and yeah, fingers crossed everything goes well.
Yeah.
Great, so that's all for now, but I'll be back with some more interviews soon.
Welcome back again, everyone. Right now we have the mayor of the city of Leiden with us, Henry Lenverink. Welcome.
Thank you.
You've been walking around a bit today in the building.
Yeah, wonderful.
Yeah.
It's lovely to talk with all the people from all over the world, I see, who are anxious to find solutions for the big questions we face. And many of them have told me that they were very specialized and they love having talks with people from other disciplines, with other backgrounds, and some have a quite theoretically theoretic background, and they wanted to find real solutions for real problems.
Yeah.
And I think this is a very good attitude.
And do you think they will manage in this very short crunch time that they've got?
The questions are huge, and many of the questions we have to face, and we are busy with them all day, every day. So they find good directions, and not always the final solution, but the direction itself is very important as well. So they ask me questions as well.
Yeah.
How do you do this, and how do you do this? Can you help with people that know something about what is organized in this city? So we will help them to find better solutions, and I hope in the end everyone will be enthusiastic about the results.
Well, that sounds wonderful. So this is one of the many events within the European City of Science.
Yeah, wonderful. A whole year of celebration, you might say. It's celebration of science, celebration of knowledge. And, well, this is part of the DNA of the city. And, well, we are very happy that we can organize it in this way. 365 events. And this is, well, something the people in the city like very much.
So if all the talents here, all the bright young minds have some time left to see something in the city, what would you advise them to go and see?
Well, certainly the old town. The old town with almost 3,000 listed monuments, with many important and interesting museums. But the atmosphere in the old town is really interesting. And when you look at the specific topics and the specific questions they are dealing with, they should try to walk the circular park we have created around the old town, upon the old ramparts of the city.
Mm-hmm. And what do you hope they will gather new ideas, or even?
Yeah, new ideas, and to find that the atmosphere is very important for changing the attitude of people. For instance, this circular park was created because people like plants and people like parks. But it also had the effect that people started walking, started to make the whole circle.
Yeah.
And especially during COVID, this was very interesting, and it's better to do something that is very attractive to do it's better to convince them to do this in this way than to say you should not drive so much in your car. You should cycle more. You should walk more. It's a
smart city solution.
Yeah, this is a kind of attractive solution for a problem it wasn't meant for.
And will any of these talents see you in the coming days maybe? Will you be at the Night of Discoveries or at the pitches?
Of course, this is one of the things I'm very fond of. Every year we have this event and it's something I really love. And on Saturday I will be in the Hollandse Kerk as well. So it's lovely for me, it's a nice time.
Good to know. Well, thank you very much. I don't know if there's anything else you want to inspire them with.
I would say society needs your mind. Society needs your activity to come up with solutions we haven't found yet. And even if you come up with ideas that already were invented, it doesn't matter. It's very good that everyone is active and tries to help society. When we don't find solutions for these questions, it will be the end of mankind. And we don't want that to happen.
Thank you very much. We will be back soon with some more interviews. And well, thank you very much for your time.
can be different
think Siri not Hello and welcome everyone again. We've got another interview for you right now with Alexandros. So welcome Alexandros, can you introduce yourself?
Nice to meet you. My name is Alexandros Tataridas. I'm coming from Greece. I am an agronomist and in particular wheat scientist. My bachelor was in crop science, my master in sustainable agriculture and certification, and I'm doing a PhD now, dealing with weeds and especially invasive plant species. So that's it for my scientific background.
Yeah.
I'm here. I'm very happy to be here. Thank you very much.
Well, we're very happy to have you here. And there's many other talents here today. Well, actually, this whole TalentOn. So, how is your team? Do you like the setup?
I really like the setup. In just 2 days, we have a very good connection with each other, and I think this synergy will continue. We say in academic post-project, but post-EU TalentOn.
That would be the best. That would be the most we'd like to gain from bringing people together and finding new solutions. So your mission is the soil deal for Europe.
Yeah, I'm part of the soil mission, and the soil deal has become my passion in combination with ecology and biodiversity restoration, because I would say that we should all realize that we are part of a chain. Whatever you do in your daily life affects in the long term your life, your habits, everything. For example, I would say an example for my according to my scientific background.
Yeah.
If you take the car, which is all consuming, you will increase the carbon emissions.
Yes.
So these carbon emissions will affect and increase the global warming.
Yes.
And this will affect the climate change, and more invasive plants will come because they will be easily to find a habitat to be acclimatized, and then farmers will have to spray more herbicides or pesticides. So that will affect soils. And this will affect food.
Yeah.
So everything is connected with everything.
It's one big cycle. So it's hard. It's very big missions to solve. But I think we're very happy that you're also joining to do this and try and solve this. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
And well, let's see how the pitch will be in the end. So we'll see you back soon for some more interviews.
Hi, everybody, and welcome back to EU TalentOn TV. I am very happy to have 3 more great interviewees with me to chat to you today. So we're going to get straight into it. I have Gilles with me. Hello.
Hello.
Thank you for joining me. So you're working on the mission of adaptation to climate change.
Exactly.
And I'd love to learn a little bit about you. So please tell me about yourself.
So my name is Gilles Ussuman. So I'm a doctoral researcher at the University of Luxembourg. So I'm in a field called economic geography and community initiatives, social innovation, and transition movement. So basically alternative economies, degrowth, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Much more cooler than that,
Yeah.
trying to simplify it, but yeah.
It sounds cool, it sounds cool.
Yeah, so basically I research on how communities are developing solutions to climate change, basically.
Brilliant, okay. So then this really fits in with, the mission really fits in what you do.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
great. And so you were talking about, working with the community, and I know you've founded a few organizations, things, but one of them is an NGO.
Yeah.
Cyclonics?
Yeah, Cyclonics in Ghana.
Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, so 4 years ago, I was thinking about an initiative with some friends on how can we contribute, how can we encourage communities to do something for the territories and then facilitate the adaptation to climate change, if you can put it that way. So I'm originally from Ghana, and Ghana, in those years, 2015, 16, 17, I mean, well, much more in the news about waste and how the environment was polluted and all that. And then I was trying to think with some friends on how can we develop innovative solutions to that. So how do we put the communities at the center of the action? And we came up with Cyclonics. So Cyclonics is much more like a cycle of the planet and the cycle of the things that we use and how we clean. So the planet, and then clinics is like a clinic, how we can heal the planet.
Oh,
so
brilliant. Very smart. I like it.
So yeah, how we can clean the planet. Nice. So basically doing beach cleanups and working with local producers to recycle things like electronics and things like that. So,
really?
But mainly it's about beach cleanups and how people are trained and to redo things and actually contribute to community and then environmental sustainability.
Great. That's amazing. Congrats for setting that up. Really, really
thanks,
cool.
thanks. I mean, it's the team doing most of the work. I'm much more like...
And then also as well then, so you talk about the community a lot. How do you reach out to the community and also just other people as a researcher?
Yeah.
How do you find new ways to reach people and to make sure that your message or your the science that you're doing is getting across to them?
Yeah, basically, it's something I've personally struggled with because you realize that as a researcher, sometimes you speak to people and for you it's very obvious, but for them it's like, what nonsense is he talking about? So it's very important as researchers to get trained and acquire some skills that help us kind of I would say break down, but also explain in a very simple way the things that we are doing. And I'm happy actually with my university. We did a course called a program called Lux Exploration. So basically, it's on science communication with cartoons and visual art and illustrations. Simplify and share the work that we are doing with community. So you can basically, the one that I worked on was on greenwashing and with a hero that talks about what greenwashing is and how you can fight greenwashing, and it's a very interesting storyline. So basically, a child can read that and understand what is greenwashing, which is amazing. And so yeah, coming down to the level of the person reading and making it as simple as possible for people to feel that they're part of the story and they can do something about that.
Great, sounds like a really cool way to explore how to communicate with the public. So awesome, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts.
Thank you, Eva.
Yeah, and good luck with the rest of the day.
I'm enjoying the day actually, so yeah, thanks to you.
That's good to hear.
Yeah.
So great, I'll have our next interviewee then. We have Jeanyu. Hello.
Hi.
Hi, welcome. Thank you for joining me also. So your mission area is soil.
Yes.
Yes, great.
Yeah.
So could you tell me first, before we go into everything else, introduce yourself a bit. Let me know who you are.
Yeah, so my name is Junyu. I come from China. I did my bachelor in international relations and then my master in international development. So it's all relevant to the politics, public policy, this kind of stuff. And now I'm doing my PhD with University of Groningen. So basically my project is about how to govern or how to manage the sustainability transitions in the agriculture sector. So my angle is it's not quite technical, but it's more like from the macro level, how to really govern this process, how to bring the stakeholders and actors together to promote the sustainability.
Great, and that sort of bringing stakeholders together is so important with all aspects of science, of society. And so you're bringing more like a policy perspective, I suppose, to your group. How are you bringing that, to kind of to help your group with for its advantage?
Yeah, so basically my group is now working on a circular economic model, basically. Okay. So I think my task will be see how this model will fit with the EU visions on the circular economy or on the regenerative agriculture and also the recycling of food waste. Yes. So then how this model can help really deliver some policy targets as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Brilliant, yeah, great. And how are you enjoying it so far, the TalentOn? How are you enjoying working with lots of different people?
Yeah, I'm always loving working with technical persons because they're so brilliant. I think. And this is some, like really the engineering background, the science background is something that I don't have. So I really respect their work and I hope I can really bring some different perspectives to the team.
Oh, well, I'm sure they're very happy to have you as well and to have your new perspective because as I said, I think it's very important.
Yeah, indeed.
And finally, what do you have a highlight of the time so far? Is there one point that has stood out as, wow, this was really cool of the EU TalentOn experience?
Oh, I think it's highlight on the business, on the entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
It's not only research itself, but bring research to reality.
Yeah,
so
great.
I really like this point.
Great. Well, that's all of the questions I have for you. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me and good luck with the next day or so. Thanks. And my last interviewee is Jose. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. How are you getting on?
Very well. I'm enjoying that. Yeah, I'm enjoying a lot this competition.
Great, great. And your mission is cancer.
Cancer.
And so can you tell me a bit about your background?
Okay, so I'm Jose Carlos. I'm from Granada in the south of Spain, but I'm now doing my PhD in Madrid in the Spanish National Cancer Research Center. So I'm basically, a predoctoral student doing the PhD. I'm working with cancer stem cells. So basically all very molecular kind of work. And yeah, that's it.
Great. And I know that you like to maybe shine a light a little bit on mental health in academia.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a concern that I always have when talking with my lab mates and with people doing PhDs. We always tend to be so frustrated and so centered in our objectives that we don't pay really attention to mental health, and I think we should all have an eye on that and worry a little bit more about ourselves before our projects.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think that's also very, very important and something that we can all try and think about.
Yeah, we can all relate to that, I guess.
Yeah, and also put an importance of it, I suppose, on when we're organizing these projects and organizing things like this, that also mental health of the participants and people involved is also very important.
Yeah, and for sure you can, I mean, the people that I know that has a worry about mental health and they do care about that, they work more happily and they do have more results and they do have another perspective when doing their job. So it can also be like a pragmatical way of enjoying your work.
Yeah, of course. And also then I want to focus a little bit more on your artistic background. You're very much involved in musical theatre.
Yes.
So I'd love to hear a little bit about just that hobby and what you do, and then also why you feel it's important to have these kind of hobbies that differ quite a lot from maybe scientific research.
Yes, well, I did musical theater like in a kind of professional way when I was younger. Yeah.
Wow. So it's not even just a hobby,
Yeah,
it's
I
a
did.
profession.
Yeah, I did. I did my thing in Madrid, like in very big theater. So it was very nice. But now what I do is like making music, like also in a professional way. Like I do compose, I make music, I play piano. So in such a way, I think it's not only like the creative part, because you tend to be more creative when you have like that open mind to create music or to do something artistic, but also the fact that you can work with people coming from very different backgrounds, you know, because at the end it's kind of like a little bit this competition, you know, because you are you have relation with people getting to ideas in a very different way with very different mindsets. So you learn a lot on how to, I don't know, have a team, and also on how to think differently.
Yes, yeah.
So that's very positive for science and for teams in general.
Yeah, great. And it's really nice that you can see the comparison of that kind of here as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, great. Well, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts and a bit about yourself. And it was lovely talking to you. And again, as I've said to everybody, best of luck.
Thank you so much. Let's see how it starts
Enjoy the next few days.
Thank you.
And that's all from me for a little while. So I'll be back soon with some more interviews.
the lunch has begun. And that's until 1 o'clock, because at 1 o'clock Chef Nevis will be a speaker over here about the discovery of cancer drugs. At 2 o'clock pitch workshop in the lounge. And at 3 o'clock you can go, you should already been there, the tour of Johnson Johnson. I've also put the details in the group chat, okay? Yeah.
Hi and welcome back again at the interview session for the TalentOn. Today I have three people I will interview, two of your other talents, but right now I have Noel de Miranda with me and he has a very specific role today. So what will you be doing as a pitch master?
Yes, I'm very excited to be here at EU TalentOn. And in particular, I'm very excited to later tonight host the public pitches from the teams that have been working on the different mission arenas during this week.
And so I understand that you are a part of Young Academia Europe.
Yeah.
How is that? What is that, and what do you do there? How does that work?
Yeah, so I'm part of Young Academy Europe, Young Academy Leiden as well, and I mean, essentially, what we're doing is representing the ambitions of young researchers. We're also very concerned about the sustainability of academia and of universities, and the revitalization of academia and universities will be done eventually by these bright young minds that we had here throughout the week. But for the sustainability of academia, it's also very important that we connect with society. And we connect with society by performing research on areas that are relevant for society, like the mission, like the arenas or the missions the teams have been working here during the week. And it's very important as well for scientists to be able to communicate their research.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm very much looking forward to the public pitches tonight, to see how they bring their ideas forward in a way that is understandable for society at large.
And you have had experience doing pitches, so is there maybe any tips or tricks that you can give these young new talents that are new at trying this?
Yeah, so I think the fundamental thing is to focus on the concept. Don't get lost with details. Define very well what the problem is, what's the strategy to address the problem, and what will deliver. It's a very interesting exercise to deconstruct the complexity of science back to the fundamentals, back to the ideas, and that's what it's all about regarding pitching to the general public.
Wow. I'm looking forward to tonight. I think you are as well.
Yeah. So tonight at 8 o'clock at the Pest House in Leiden, we'll start the ceremony for the public pitches. So everyone is welcome to show up.
Oh, that sounds wonderful. And is there anyone else helping you out
yeah,
tonight?
So Christiana Strava I will be hosting with her. She's a social anthropologist here at the University of Leiden and also a member of the Young Academy Leiden. So it'll be a nice show for everyone, I think.
Well, that sounds like fun. We'll see you tonight.
Yeah.
And thank you
later.
very much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And I would like to introduce Giovanni, who is one of the talents that is actually participating at the Mission Arena. So can you introduce yourself, Giovanni?
Yeah, sure. So I am a PhD student. I'm finishing my PhD in mathematics, but at the same time I'm also working in a company as a software developer, data scientist, and a bit of a Scrum Master role, managing my team.
That sounds very, like many roles.
Yeah, that's what happens sometimes in a small company, when you enter in one role and then suddenly, oh, we need a data scientist, can you do it? You do mathematics. Yeah, okay, I can try. And it ended up going very well. And I was so blessed. I got a very amazing team, and basically being a Scrum Master became natural working together.
So you are in the arena, in the climate neutral and smart cities mission arena.
Correct.
What kind of talents do you have in your team?
We have quite interesting talents, mostly analytic.
Yeah.
So 2 or 3 people are focusing a lot on analytic solution, and analysis is going to be a big part of our solution. We focus on a problem where there is a lot of data collection, a lot of knowledge available, but not enough people who actually do something with that knowledge. It just gets wasted in gigabytes, and we want to do something about it.
That sounds really like a good idea. So I have one more question for you, because I found it very interesting. What do you do to relax from both your PhD and this company you are working at?
I train Korean sword fighting. I moved to Finland for my PhD, and since I started that, I also start training.
Yeah.
And little by little, I've also became a teacher, so I train and I teach.
Well, this is very impressive. So thank you very much, Giovanni, and lots of luck tonight as well. I would like to ask Clara to join me.
Okay. Hi. Hello.
Hello, Clara. Could you introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name is Clara. I come from Croatia, and currently I'm doing a PhD at the University in Zagreb on sea turtles.
Sea turtles in Zagreb.
Yes.
Please tell me more.
Yeah, Zagreb is a bit landlocked, but we are collaborating with an aquarium in Pula, which get turtles that are sometimes injured or somehow end up incapacitated at the shores. And then we can come and sample them to discover what kind of microbes live on them and what it does to them and what's the diversity of microbes, which I'm very excited about because we discover a lot of new things on them. So they're like a biodiversity hotspot in the seas.
Very cool. And so to your mission arena of oceans and waters, what knowledge are you, can you bring?
Well, I see myself as a microbe enthusiast, and I am always thinking about how to reduce pollution with microbes or use them in some kind of way. What can we learn from them to tackle the issues that we're having right now and maybe even in the future? So that's kind of what I'm focused on, and I'm a bit biased towards the microverse, which sometimes isn't a good thing.
But I assume your team has more skill sets and expertises?
Yes, we have a chemical engineer, a bit of synthetic biology, and some like bioeconomy type of thing. So we clash a little bit in some ideas, but we've managed to find common ground.
That sounds good. Sounds like, yeah, you need a clash to come to new, bright ideas, I think.
Yes.
So we're looking forward to your pitch tonight.
Thank you.
And thank you very much. And we will end these interviews, and we'll see you back soon.
Hi everybody and welcome back. I have 2 more interviews just before lunch, so we'll jump right in. First, I have Salome. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, great to have you here. So you're working on the Climate Neutral and Smart Cities mission.
Correct.
Great, great. And can you first give me a little bit of an introduction into yourself? Who are you?
My name is Salome Osei. I am from Ghana. I'm currently living in Spain. I am doing my PhD with the University of Deusto. I am working on transportation, but using automated machine learning.
Okay, great. And following this, that you work in automated machine learning, I know that you're quite active in a group called Women in Machine Learning. Could you please tell me how you got into that, a little bit about it?
So in Ghana, artificial intelligence right now is not in the curriculum of the education system. And so a lot of us would have to go outside of the country to actually get this knowledge. But then there is Women in Machine Learning Global that are looking for women that are passionate in the area and then helping them with conferences, seminars, workshops. So myself and some 2 other friends of mine, we discussed that we wanted to encourage the women and the girls who are in Ghana specifically who want to enter into data science, machine learning, and then encourage them with some of these lectures. So we know that the system does not have a lot for those programs. Yeah. So what we do is that we organize these online sessions, conferences, webinars, and mentorships so that we find these aspects for them in Ghana.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Wow, great. It's so important.
Yeah.
And I think it's brilliant.
Yeah.
And for you, is there any reason why it's very important to you to do this work as well?
Yeah, because I didn't have the opportunity. I have to come all the way to Europe to get this opportunity. Although there was funding that was given to me by Google and Facebook through the AMI program, which is currently, it was running in Ghana at the time when I was there. Google and Facebook brought these aspects to us to teach us at the African Institute for Mathematical Sciences in Ghana. So right now they are running it in Senegal, I believe.
Okay.
So this is where I started my journey from and how I got the opportunity. So I also thought of an initiative to also bring this knowledge to other people.
I think that's absolutely brilliant. So a big well done.
Thank you.
It's awesome. And now I want to focus a little bit more on the mission. So, yeah, of course, climate neutral and smart cities. So what is the biggest challenge at the moment, do you think, to us eventually getting to a point where most or a lot of our cities are climate neutral?
Well, I would like to start from the context of a Ghanaian.
Yeah.
And in Ghana, our transport system is mostly private owned.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of cars in the system, and a lot of people would like to drive their own cars for comfortability. But I find that in Europe, there are buses and trains that has been initiated, which is a good idea. But there is still this car dependency problem in Europe. So in my group, we are trying to find the optimal ways of reducing these car dependencies here in Europe.
Brilliant. Great. Well, that's all my questions for you. Thank you so much for chatting with me, for sharing your experience. And I wish you the very best over the next day or so. Enjoy. And yes, good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you. And now I'd like to welcome my next interviewee, Fernando. So you guys can swap.
Thanks.
Hello.
Hello.
Thank you for joining.
Thanks you for having me here.
So your mission is adaptation to climate change.
Yes.
Yes, great. So can you first of all tell me a little bit about yourself?
About myself, hello, I'm Fernando. Well, I'm based in Granada, southern Spain, and I work at the University of Granada, specifically on landscape restoration, and more specifically how to regrow forests.
Okay.
We have lost many of them.
I was about to say a very important topic at the moment.
Yeah. We love forest as humanity. What else? Well, I would define myself as a green guy. You know, apart from researching all this, I also really enjoy to be in nature.
Okay.
Try to make my life more sustainable in general. So
yeah,
it's
great.
pretty much about me.
Really great that you're working it personally as well, on a personal level.
Yeah, I try to.
Yeah.
Make it
It's hard,
as a
it's
whole.
tricky, but...
Yes, but it can be also funny, you know.
Yeah,
When
yeah.
you take the bike every morning, it's funny.
Yeah, yeah. And focusing more first on your professional work, I know that you've been involved in a lot of maybe UN climate summits, so
Yes.
big events. How is it? What is that experience like?
Well, you define it very well. It's big.
big.
It's big in terms of course, the space and how many people gather for, you know, talk about how's the climate and what do we do in the future. But also it's very big in terms of expectations, you know. It's like in these 2 intense weeks, the future is being decided somehow.
Yeah.
So people are struggling to, you know, find the pathways out of climate disaster. So you can feel the tension, and from the climate activist side, it's like, wow, you feel the power inside you.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the negotiations between politicals and leader states are also very interesting, because there remains till the night negotiating and pressing one to another to come up with something concrete. So it's very interesting to live in person, you know.
Yeah, it must be so interesting to see these synergies happening and to see it actually
definitely
happening in front of you.
But what I miss the most is the community that you can create in there, because you feel very attached to the other, because all of us are trying to fix this.
Yeah, yeah.
So
and I suppose it's very similar to now, the kind of community feeling that you're probably having to
Definitely.
here.
We
Yeah.
have a common goal here.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And then focus more on yourself, your personal life. What do you like to do for fun?
For fun.
For fun,
Okay.
to relax.
all right. Well, for fun, first of all, I like to liberate my tensions, you know. So I like to do some yoga.
Yeah.
Dancing also works very good.
Yes, yeah.
Of course, chilling with my friends. But I also like the creativity part of human beings. So I like to write, also drawing. I'm not very good at this, but I like to try.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, trying to make my life a bit of balance.
Balance,
Work, it's not everything, even if we have to work very hard in this, especially in this environment.
Exactly. It is so important to bring in different aspects of culture and just ourselves and just to explore all parts of life.
Yeah. You
right?
can help the world if you are overstressed.
Exactly. That's very, very true. Well, it was great talking to you. Thank you very much for sharing your thoughts and your hobbies. And that's all from us for now. I think we'll take a break for lunch for a little bit. Go and enjoy your food, everybody. And we'll see you back here soon.
The world has never seen before. So that is essentially the task, right? We're hoping that you will come up with a solution that the world has never seen before. So we're setting the bar relatively high. So we need to apply this type of mindset, right, and this type of methodology to connect things that we usually haven't connected before, to look at deep research, to think harder and work harder than anyone has ever done before, to come up with some of these ideas. Are you creative? Yes? That's good. Is creativity, is that based on genetics or is it a skill? Skill. Genetics. Some might argue that a Mozart was particularly gifted in his ability to be creative on the piano and understand music, right? And you have athletes and you have musicians and artists that just are born with a unique ability. But for the most part, and for all the rest of us, we're not born with that ability, it is a skill, right? It's a muscle, it's something you can train, you can practice, and you will get better at it. Once you start looking at yourself as a creative human being, and have some of that creative confidence to believe that you can actually have good ideas, and you start training it, and the more you do it, the more you will learn how to come up with ideas, and all of a sudden you will find yourselves being more and more creative. And every time you take a shower and every time you wake up in the morning, there'll be like new ideas popping into your heads and you'll be running out of paper trying to write them all down. How do you get your best ideas?
Thinking.
Bless you. Yeah, you have a lot of bad ideas? Good, but how do you get your best ideas? Like, have you found that you have a specific practice that you use when you really need to solve a hard problem in your own life?
Waiting for the next day.
What is that? Talking about the idea to a lot of people and getting different input, or like a specific like brainstorming session works well for you? Yeah, just getting input, and that will sort of make you pop and give you a lot of ideas. Yeah, any other best practices? Improve on an existing idea? Okay, yeah. Any other best practices? What do you do when you have a hard problem to solve? Yeah? After running, yeah. So if you can get into a flow state, that might inspire your brain to come up with new ideas. Any other ways you come up with ideas? Yeah? Tell us more about that.
Now, when you with programming, you use a logic of a duck and you put it next to a DEX, and then you're explaining the problem to the duck. And when you're explaining it, you may be like, oh wait, I know the solution.
That's called the rubber duck method? Yeah. Amazing, I've never heard of that. So you put a little rubber ducky next to it, and then you try to explain it to the ducky, and then as you're formulating it, it suddenly hits you. Amazing. We need to get like 100 and something rubber duckies here for this event. Excellent. So there are many different ways. Nobody mentioned the shower. I think this is the first time in 12 years, okay, it's always one of the first things. It's very inconvenient, right? Because you're in the shower, you have soap in your eyes, and you want to write it down, and then you get these like amazing ideas. But it's all about getting into this flow state, right? So some people when they're walking, some people when they're running, some people when you're just observing silently, some people when you're sleeping. What is the enemy number one to creative thinking, do you think? Lack of sleep, overthinking, yeah. What about these things, right? All these distractions. If you want to be more creative, spend less time on your devices, right? Allow yourself to just observe and reflect. That's why in this day and age, many of the best leaders in the top companies, they take a 10-day meditation retreat where they don't have eye contact with anyone. They don't speak to anyone. They don't read or write or listen to music. They just give their brain some downtime to reflect, and all of a sudden, like, the brain will be rejuvenated and able to work at full capacity. And we need your full capacity in the next 3.5 hours. So please put away, tablets and phones and laptops unless you're doing research, because we really cannot have any distractions in this process. Okay, so David Kelly, the founder of a design thinking consultancy called IDEO, and also one of the founders